global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Nigerians are still getting used to the idea that finally President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the legitimate president, and the fact that Nigerians, also Imolites, are warming up to cast their vote come Saturday to decide who will eventually be their governor. But what is going on in Enugu State is what is making Nigerians to react. There seem to be a lot of reactions going on. The question is, where are we heading as a country? We're going to find out in a moment what it is. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Now, the Federal High Court Abuja on Monday has awarded 5 million naira damages against the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) for alleging that the corps discharge certificate held by Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State was fake. Now, Justice Inyang, in a judgment held that the Director General of the NYSC and the corps who were defendants in the suit were guilty of misrepresentation of material fact. Now, the judge held that the certificate presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) by Mbah was authentic and validly issued by the NYSC. Now, Justice Ikwo further held that evidence before the court showed that the governor, though was mobilized for service in 2001, he however completed the service in 2003. And according to the court, Mbah midway into his service sought and after received permission for NYSC to attend the Nigerian Law School, was reinstated into NYSC in 2003. Now, besides, the judge said that while the evidence that Mbah served in the law firm of one Ude was not challenged by the NYSC, he berated the corps for not charging the governor for forgery if they actually believed that they didn't issue the said NYSC certificate to him. He concluded that the NYSC was mischievous and acted in bad faith by denying Mbah NYSC certificate. It was also reported that Mbah had actually sued the NYSC and its director, core certification, Mr. Ibrahim Mahmoud, for publishing a disclaimer denying the issuance of a discharge certificate issued to him on January 6, 2003. Justice Ikwo on May 15 reinstated the NYSC Mohammed and any of their agents from henceforth engaging in such publication pending the hearing and determination of the substantive matter. The order followed an ex parte motion moved by Mbah's counsel, Mr. Emeka Ozoani, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, but the NYSC in its preliminary objection dated May 19 and filed May 22 sought an order dismissing or striking out the suit for want of jurisdiction and competence. Given 3 grounds of argument, the court said that Mbah did not apply or did not appeal to the president as required by the provisions of Section 20 of the National Youth Service Corps Act, Cap 84, Laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 2004 before instituting the suit against the defendant. It also argued that appeal to the president was a condition precedent to instituting an action against the defendant in any court of the law in Nigeria. Now, according to NYSC, consequent upon the refusal of the plaintiff respondent to comply with the provision of Section 20 of the National Youth Service Corps Act, this suit is premature for the jurisdiction of the court to crystallize. Now, the core agency had on February 1st written a letter signed by Mr. Ibrahim Muhammad saying that the NYSC certificate belonging to Mbah was not issued by the court. Mbah of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, was declared the winner of the Enugu State governorship election held in March 18 by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). This is deep. The director of, for some of us who don't know the pre-issue, the director of the DG of NYSC had said, he did not say that Mbah did not go for service. He said that that particular certificate and the serial number that Mbah presented to INEC was actually not emanating from them. Hence, it is false because usually it's forgery. It's forged. Usually, if you must present any certificate, it must be sure or must be sure so that wherever you're getting it from is one and the same and authentic. Okay, so On that, the LP member, who also saw it as a ground that that's actually his seat, insisted that if the serial number that you presented as a certificate is different from the one in NYSC, then whatever you used to present as your certificate to INEC, your EC8 form, is fake and it is forged. And on that count alone, you lose your seat as the Enugu State Governor. That was a bone of contention. Now, Justice Nyanko have ruled. In fact, not just ruled, but also fined NYSC 5 million naira for daring to say that Peter Mbah did not go for service. So didn't they go for service? Didn't he go for service? So what's that? It's authentic. Now, the bone of contention is not that he didn't go for service. That certificate he presented for his EC8 form, is it the same as the one? And the director of NYSC said no, that what they have is totally, the serial number is totally different from the one in Mbah. I can feel it in my veins, really, that if they call any agency now, any opposition that will call any agency now to say, come and defend already sworn in either governor or senator or House of Rep member or council member, anybody that have already been sworn in by INEC, nobody will come out again, unfortunately. What's your take?
Right, I think the issue of going to court is actually in Nigeria. It's not actually for politicians. It's not actually to seek justice. It's only to show your power. That's the truth. Unfortunately, judiciary seems to fully align with it. If two civilians goes to court, then possibly they can get justice. But when it comes to the issue of it's politicians, they're just going there to exercise their power. And unfortunately, we see them handling the judiciary very well. Just fairly recently, I think we heard about Wike planning to meet with all the justices and all of that. I think it's for this person, for President Tinubu. These things is just to put them under the grip. See, Nigeria, we need to come to a point where we accept certain reality. When we talk about corruption, it's not just executive. We've heard what some of the Supreme Court guys who are quitting their office, what they confess. You understand? So some things are being forced on them, and based on the fact that independency of judiciary is not even there. You've got to do it the way, so that the way they want you to do it. You don't have to go against it. Imagine somebody, there's a document proving somebody, I gave you a document, I have a copy of it at home, and then you take me to court and present a document that I know that's not the document I gave to you. Why would I accept it? Should I say, yes, that is true, it's true? I would clearly say, no, this is not the document. But unfortunately, the court is now playing around. The only thing Nigerian judiciary knows how to do is technicality. Sure. The real fact, they don't care about the real fact.
Is that misinterpretation of that?
You understand? So sometimes be careful that you don't even fall into the hands of the government, because government can even do something horrible to you. You take them to court, you end up paying money that you didn't even expect to pay. And that's why even in the case of someone like Nnamdi Kanu, I mean, you should see how they can go into political agreement with the sitting president and say, sir, please. This one are begging, you understand? Because already I've seen how judiciary is not independent. Forget about it. Anybody say judiciary is independent, the person is a joker. If it's to settle normal cases, independent. But when it comes to cases that are very sensitive, forget about it. Oh God, executive will tell them what to do and they will align. You understand? Imagine how NYSC now is going to pay. So next time, if you tell, hey, we don't want to, whatever he presented, it is true, it's there. Sure. You understand? If you feel it's not true, come and say shall record, use a ghost, come and say shall record and bring it out and go and challenge him. But for us, even that sometimes you call them to say, no, we know the house, or maybe you just go with the document and say, well, this was what they gave to us. Well, this is what, because I think it needs to get to that. This is what we gave to him, and this is what he brought. Well, I think the judge should decide. The judge will not ask you. They will not ask you. I don't know. That's why I'm bringing the two. You people make the decision. I don't have a hand there. Simple. That's just it.
Well, I guess as we go wrap it up, let's put in our comment section what's your take. Have a nice time.